Recording in.
Hello. Welcome to my very first introduction to WELLth or the WELLth Face Method. Let me just mute my laptop. Okay, I'm going to use my laptop for the presentation. Trying to be a bit techie here, but welcome. I know a lot of people are waiting for the replay, so I'm just going to go ahead and record. And if you do have any questions, you can drop them in the chat if you're live, or reach out to me after. I will be sending this out to everyone who's registered, as well as putting it onto my YouTube channel. So my intention for today, first of all, because I can talk sometimes for a very long time, I'm going to keep this within 30 minutes. So let me just do a quick time check. Okay, perfect. And I am going to go ahead and press record. I have got a short presentation that I'm going to use just so that I don't go too much off on a tangent, because this is something I'm very passionate about. And you know how it is when you are passionate about something, you can tend to or want to talk a lot about it. So let's begin. Let me just share my screen on my laptop. This is probably the most technologically advanced I am, using two devices at once. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Yes. And let me just make it big screen. There we go. So first of all, I'm just sharing my socials here so it's done, and you can reach me at, most of them are Joanne WELLth of some sort, my Instagram, my YouTube. Go and have a listen to my podcast if you've not already, and of course visit my website to just read about myself. Obviously you're going to hear about that in a minute, and just to check out my offerings. And yeah, and just like generally have a little nose. Let's get on to why you're here, sorry. So first of all, I am Joanne. So if you don't know me, or you just found the event online, I am a yoga teacher, face yoga practitioner, and a WELLth mentor. I'm going to explain what that means. Of course, you can read all of this, so I am just going to go a little bit of off piste. And I forgot to mention, actually, I will be sending this presentation out. So I've spent the last few years, I used to be a school teacher, and I left school teaching to work in wellness, to teach other people about the connection between our mind, our body, and our soul. And this is something that I really try to bring in to face yoga and my yoga teaching and my mentoring, that if we use mindful techniques in whatever it is that we're doing, gentle exercises, an understanding of how our body works, and how, if we look after ourselves and we look at what goes in, and literally then we see what goes out. 1 second. I have a guest. She has to be, sorry, on all the calls, she's just jumping up. So through this session, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of what all of that actually means, and guide you through the end. Just a very simple face yoga practice. We'll be looking to relax the face, rejuvenate, relift, and step into a glowing complexion, because we all have this within us. And a lot of the time when we look in the mirror and we dislike what we see, it's because we're not looking after everything else. And then we're like, oh, I'm getting old, I hate my skin. And, we have a huge list of things that we don't like. And we look in the mirror and think, oh, I need this tightening, I need that tightening. But once we start to learn about what we're doing and how we can look after ourselves, we're actually bringing that all together. So I mentioned that I'm a WELLth mentor, and that is important for what I'm going to talk about today. So WELLth is that feeling where you are rich in your mind, your body, and your soul. So it's mental health, emotional health, physical health, socially. So you feel good most of the time. I'm not going to say all of the time, because everyone has those days when they don't feel great. Most of the time for women, it's because of our cycles, depending on where we are in our cycle. And within WELLth, I created 5 pillars. And these 5 pillars apply to everything that I offer: yoga, of course, mentoring, and face yoga. So these 5 pillars, I believe if we find balance in these pillars, then we're wealthy. We have that wealth. So the pillars are mindset, movement, connection, self-love, and nourishment. So I bring all of these in to whatever it is that I am sharing. And of course, today it's face yoga. So I'll be sharing those 5 pillars and how face yoga can help you feel wealthy. And that's why I call it the WELLth face method, because it's not just about pulling your skin and doing random funny faces. It's about making yourself feel good. It's about your mindset. It's about connecting with yourself and loving the way that you look. We also cover nourishment in my face yoga sessions because, again, a lot of what goes in comes out. And you will know if you've had a day or an evening, if you've been out for the next few days, if you've drink alcohol or you've had pizza or you've eaten a lot of sweets and sugar and something that you don't generally do. And then the next few days you might come out with a pimple or you might feel that you look pale, if you're stressed, and we can see it in our faces. So this is where the 5 pillars comes in to help you with your appearance, with the way that you look. And it's really not just about, oh, I want to look younger, I want a snatched jaw, I want nice cheekbones. Of course, we want those things, but it's about looking at the bigger picture and looking at how you can support your health. So then when you look in the mirror, you're happy with what you see and you have another tool to make you feel good. Excuse me. So what is face yoga? So, face yoga is a natural holistic practice. It involves exercises. So, the exercises help us to tone, to tighten. It also helps us, we relax our face in yoga, in face yoga. It's about teaching you maybe not to sit with the frown all day or bringing a gentle smile to your lips as you're driving in traffic so that you're not holding, it's these faces that we screw and pull that have an effect on the way that we look. So it's also about learning how to relax the face and the neck. So relaxing the jaw to release tension. It's very similar to traditional yoga because it targets specific areas and specific muscles. We have 57 muscles in the face. They all have their own job, and of course, it's mostly for expression. So it's about learning about these muscle groups and learning how to increase circulation and also lymphatic drainage. A lot of the swelling and the puffiness that we have in our faces is swollen lymphs. So it's about learning how to release that. It helps us to stimulate collagen. It helps us to improve skin elasticity and helps us to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Coming to the other side of it, it's helping you to be more mindful. It's helping you to relax. My favorite part of the day, I don't do 50 minutes every day. Some days I only have 5 minutes. So I grab my beef tallow and I take 5 minutes and I generally work through my jaw and my neck because that's my focus area at the moment. And also because I'm a recovering jaw clencher. So I'm teaching myself to relax my jaw. So during the day, if I find myself squeezing my jaw, then in the evening I'm relaxing it out. And trust me, it does work. It's non-invasive, so there's no needles, there's no injections, there's no knives or anything needed. Not that I am against anyone who has those things. Face yoga can actually support when you have had Botox, for example. So, of course, Botox has been around for years and years and years. And I know a lot of people who use face yoga to help in the in between times. Excuse me, I need to cough again. Just have a sip of water. And they find that they don't need it as often. So, also a positive. It promotes facial muscle strength. Sorry, I forgot where I was going next. Coughing put me off. Skin health and stress relief. So all in all, it's a holistic practice. It's going to help you not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. So face yoga fit. Now what I want to talk about here is the 5 pillars and how face yoga fits into the 5 pillars. Now, I've kind of just touched on some of these, but just so that you can see the WELLth method, because a lot of face yoga methods they just focus on the face, the stretching, the exercises, the toning, the relaxation, and that is fine. But I want to come into this from an holistic point of view. So, how does face yoga fit in with the mindset pillar? Now, of course, by using face yoga, by using this method, which also helps you to tap into affirmations of self love and self care, more of a positive mindset. And the more you look at yourself in the mirror, and do the face yoga exercises, the more that you will start to, of course, you're going to see the benefits, but you're looking at yourself, you're seeing what you look like, and the affirmations that we use are all about self-love. So that mindset of looking in the mirror and thinking, oh my God, I look nice today, I look good today, rather than avoiding the mirror. And of course, it fits in through movement. So we have the exercises, we're sculpting the face, the muscles, we're improving circulation, we're releasing tension. I also like to work a lot on the shoulders, releasing the shoulders, opening out the chest and the shoulders to help your posture. So at the beginning of a session, I will open the shoulders the same as I do in yoga so that we're sat nice and tall. Our shoulders are relaxed and away from our ears. Because when we are hunched up like this, of course, it's going to affect us. It's going to affect the way that we look. It's going to affect that double chin that everybody hates because we're not sat and using our posture. It helps us to connect not only through to ourselves, but also to other people, especially if you're taking part in a group yoga class and coming. All of my group yoga face yoga classes are online. So meeting people from all over the world. So you have that connection there. There's also that deeper connection to your body and more self-awareness. We have the self-love aspect, the whole thing, if you decide to step into the world of face yoga, it's embracing self-love. It's embracing your own natural beauty. It's working with what you've got and making it into something that you absolutely love. And that is something that is very rare nowadays. I feel like on social media, there's so much exposure to what is meant to be perfect, and then we compare ourselves to that, and we don't look in that way. And a lot of the ways that we see there are created, they're put together to look a certain way. And of course, we can't do that every single day. We have what we're given, and we need to work with that because we can't hairbrush and pick and take apart and cut and Photoshop for when we're going to walk out to the shops, for example. And then we have nourishment. And of course, through face yoga, you will be learning how to nourish your body. What foods are good for your face? What foods are good for anti-aging, hydration? Also, external care, looking at your creams and nourishing your body through the creams that you use and learning about chemicals and harsh chemicals and how they can be aging. And how, as women, a lot of the time we're kind of like a bit of a science experiment where we're told to use these creams and this cream's going to help this and this cream's going to help that, but a lot of these creams are endocrine disruptors. So through my face yoga techniques, I share, use beef tallow if this works for you, castor oil, coconut oil. So not pushing any chemicals onto you or into you at the same time. Let me check for time. Perfect. Okay. So the benefits, this is what people always want to know. How's it going to help me? So other than I've kind of touched on some of the benefits as we're talking, it helps to rejuvenate your face. It helps you to bring your skin back to its natural radiance. It lifts and it tones. So the facial exercises that we use are very similar to the way if you go to the gym. So sometimes we use the weight of our finger and we're just gently lifting the cheek to help to tone the cheek, to tone and lift. We're releasing tension. And like I've said with the posture, once we release tension in this area, especially throughout the jaw, you're going to find that somewhere is your snatched jawline because you're not clenching your teeth or you're not rounding your shoulders. We're going to improve circulation and lymphatic drainage. So this is going to boost blood flow. This is going to reduce puffiness, reduce wrinkles. It's also going to help you to have that glow. So when the circulation is good in your skin, and I'm using this tapping, this is what I do every single morning to, first of all, it helps to put my serum into my face. And second of all, it helps to get that stimulation going, that blood circulation. It supports overall health and well-being. So it encourages you to be mindful. It encourages you to take time out of your busy day to connect with your body, to look at yourself in the mirror, to use kind words to yourself. And it's also really accessible and natural. So it's non-invasive. It's a nice way to care for your face. So whether you're sculpting features or just unwinding, or you just want to support the aging process in your face. Now that is something that does happen from the age of, I think it's 21. We start to slowly lose collagen, and over the years that increases. So by supporting your face, by loving your face, you're going to have all of these benefits, and hopefully you're going to feel amazing. So these are just some examples of my WELLth face method. So we've got facial exercises, excuse me, facial massage, facial acupressure, facial relaxation, and of course, overall wellness. So a full face yoga session will include all of those things. So we'll be exercising to tone, we'll be massaging to relax, as well as tone. So some of the massages that we do also tone and lift. We have the acupressure points, and of course, that feels amazing. It's going to help us to release to stimulate the lymphatic drainage when we're pressing into our acupressure points. The acupressure points as well, I'm not going to go too much into this today because it's just a short introduction, but if you know anything about acupuncture, when we stimulate certain areas in our bodies, so these are the acupressure points, these then, once they're stimulated, this helps to release the energy or the qi in traditional Chinese medicine. And then this runs through our meridian channels. So when we have tension or stress built up in these areas, this is when we can be faced with dis-ease or disease. So through our acupressure points, we're also releasing that pent-up energy. So that is linking it with the age-old tradition of traditional Chinese medicine. And again, I've just mentioned facial relaxation. So we do that through the massage, but also through breath. By taking a breath and relaxing your face, sometimes you don't even realize that you're holding your face. When I teach yoga, I can see people like, oh, and their faces, and I do it myself when I'm meditating. I'll try to relax my face. I'm like, God, I didn't even realize that I was like squeezing my eyes or squeezing my cheeks up. And then once I relax, I'm like, oh gosh, that feels amazing. And again, our overall well-being. So that ties everything up in everything that I offer. So through all of my modalities, through yoga, through mentoring, and through face yoga, it's looking at your overall well-being. I want you to feel good most days. And I'm always careful not to say every day, because it's okay not to feel okay every single day. Okay, next slide. Sorry, I just had a phone call and everything disappeared. Oh, has it lost? Why is it not moving? Sorry. There we go. Just done that one. Okay, so we're doing well for time. Let's have a little go at a face yoga session. This is roughly going to be about 10 minutes. Now, if you're watching the replay, I would suggest to go and get yourself comfortable, wash your face, wash your hands, get your favorite serum. I use, like, I know I keep mentioning beef tallow, but this is amazing. This is so good to use for your face yoga because it's nice and thick. It's not greasy. So when you're rubbing it into the skin, you're allowing your hand to glide through. There's no pulling or chafing of the skin. And it's also doing lots and lots. It's cell regeneration, it's antioxidant, it's helping you, it's anti-aging, antibacterial, and it's natural. There's no toxins. So a typical face yoga session will begin with, of course, we're setting our intentions. I always share an affirmation and there's an element of grounding. So let's just do that now. I want you to set your intention for this short session. Now, when you're setting an intention, your intention wants to be a thought or a feeling, a way that you want to feel, something that you want to think. So, or it could be something that you want to release. So my intention for today is to release any thoughts that are holding me back. So throughout my session, throughout the exercises that I do today, I'm letting go of all of those things that are holding me back. I don't need them. So with every exhale, I'm letting that go. So just taking a moment here, finding your intention, setting your affirmation, and just closing down your eyes and taking a few breaths. And then we will be taking a short breath work practice today. And then we'll go on to our lymphatic drainage. We'll then move into our exercises or relaxation. We're going to do one for each area, the eye area, the cheeks, the forehead, the jaw and the neck, and a little bit of full face regeneration as well. So let's begin. Hope you're nice and comfortable. Boom. We've done that one. I can skip that one. Good. So for our breathwork session today, we're just going to take 2 rounds of 4, 7, 8 breathing. So while we're going through these 2 rounds, just repeat your affirmation in your head if you can. Sometimes, there's a lot going on. So using the breath to release any of those thoughts. But if you can focus on your affirmation, of course, go ahead. This is a really nice breath work to do before you come into your face yoga practice. It's very easy. All we do is we inhale for 4, we hold for 7, and we exhale for 8. Now, breathing deeply not only helps you to calm the mind and to get into the zone, but it's helping to rejuvenate, refresh your skin. It promotes oxygen flow. And as well, because we are release nitric oxide when we breathe, it's lowering blood pressure, it's lowering our cortisol levels, which means that we're de-stressing, which also means that the stress isn't coming through off our face. So just closing down your eyes and let's just take 2 rounds of 4, 7, 8. On an inhale, when you're ready, you're inhaling for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the hold with an inhale. And just notice how you feel. Sometimes just after 2 rounds, it's like, just feel nice. It's like getting into a warm bath. So let's move on to our lymphatic drainage. So we're going to start in the neck area. So just grab your serum. Now you can pop this directly onto your neck or you can pop it onto your hands, personal preference. A lot of face yoga is intuitive. So that includes how you put your creams on to how much pressure you're going to use when you're massaging your face. Now, of course, your intuition is going to tell you not to press really hard, especially if you feel like you're dragging the skin. So you're just going to take your time. So we're going to start by gently massaging the neck area. I should have thought out my outfit. So you're going to place your fingertips on the collarbone. I'm just going to do one side so I can hold my top. And using soft upward strokes, you're going to move toward the jaw. Now I'm just going to do it with two hands so you can see. So we're moving it out toward the jaw. So pressing gently into the neck, bringing the hands, I like to touch the hands together behind the neck, then I know where I'm at. I'm paying a little bit of attention along by the collarbone. So we have some lymph nodes here. So we're gently stimulating the lymphatic system. And we always want to move away from the face. So we always move up or down. We're never going to go up towards the chin or in towards the nose. Now, this massage is helping you to clear toxins. It's helping you to improve circulation and also bringing fresh energy to the face. Once you've got your own rhythm and pattern, you'll find that you just, as I'm doing now, it's not really thinking about it. I'm just following what my body needs. And because, like I said, I'm a little bit of a jaw clencher, I also like to just bring the massage up and around the ears. And then continuing with the lymphatic drainage, you're going to use both hands and begin at the center of your chin and move upward and outward along the jawline. Again, all intuitive. I like to press a little bit harder on the chin just because of the chin bone, and you kind of have that to work along. Now, you might find that you start to get arm ache. That's normal. You do get used to this. And in a full session, we would spend a good 5 minutes at the beginning warming the wrists and warming the forearm. And this is why it's important as well to have clean hands, because of course you don't want to be rubbing anything from the day onto your face. And if you do, I know I have on the desk here. So we don't have a desk if you tend to do this in your bathroom, but it is nice. I sometimes will come in here and do my chin at the desk because I can lean on the desk with my elbows. And then moving from the neck, you're going to take your ring fingers or your index finger, it doesn't really matter. And you're going to lightly tap under the eyes. Now, I like to do a little extra acupressure point in the center. So we're right in the corner of the eye, sorry, not the center. And you're just going to tap under, and this is just again, focusing on that lymphatic drainage with little tiny taps, taking it to your temples and the same under the brows. Now, just like I'm doing, they are tiny taps, or another option, you can make the taps a bit more tappy than what I was doing before. But again, this is personal preference. So you may want to mix it up and do both, or it depends how you feel. So I've been with this ring light quite a bit today. So this just feels amazing just to tap gently and just move through. When I'm putting on my serum, however, I do tap a little bit more quickly and take that through. It's nice just to, it's your face yoga session. So once you have the, the general understanding of what you're doing, even just from this 10 minutes today, you will have, I think there's 5 or 6 exercises, 5 or 6 massages that you can use already without even attending a full class. Next, the eye area. So we're going to come into some eye circles. And again, remember what I said, we always go away. So we're pushing it away, we're not bringing it in. So using your fingers, you're going to trace circles around the eyes, starting at the inner corner, move around the brow bone, and then you go back to the starting point and go from the bottom. So rather than a tap this time, it's more of a rub. Now, what we're doing here, we're relaxing the eye muscles on. This feels amazing after being, if you work on a computer, we're releasing tension and releasing the stress. Now, again, while you're doing this, you might find that, oh, that little bit feels amazing there. So I've obviously been squinting a bit today, and I'm releasing, and I'm bringing a little lift into the brows as well, and bringing the puffiness out to the sides. So we'll do this about 5 to 10 times. And again, it's all intuitive. If you only have a little bit of time, 5 times is enough. Keep breathing. And I like to use the breath. And again, this is something we'd look at in a full session. So taking an inhale as you're finding the movement. And exhale as you're reaching the end. You might already feel amazing. It also makes me just feel like, oh, my face feels so good after that. So let's move on to the cheeks. So for your cheek lift, you're going to smile widely. Now, of course, you'll be doing this in the mirror. So if, like me, you have a little bit of crow's feet, you can place a finger around the crow's feet. So you're not bringing the wrinkles to that area. And again, the reason that we do get wrinkles is when we have these repetitive movements. So a lot of people ask me like, oh, well, when I'm doing this and I've got these wrinkles. So we just help ourselves out and we smooth it down. So you're going to bring a big smile, then using the fingers to gently lift the corner of your mouth. Now, if you do have the wrinkles, you can place a finger on your eyes and then you use your middle finger and then you lift. So you hold for 3 seconds, then release. This is when the funny faces come in. And it's a really big squeeze, and you'll start to feel the muscles in your cheeks exactly the same as when you go to the gym and you work out. So here we're toning the cheek muscles, we're helping to lift and firm the face while releasing any tension in the lower face. I did all of that while talking at the same time. So again, around 5 to 10 times. I put 5 here. 5 to 10 times is fine. Next is our forehead smoothing. So you're going to place your palms on your forehead and you're going to smooth the skin outward toward the temples. Now, I like to do it with the heel of my hand, but again, I know I've said this a few times now, it's all intuitive. So using the heel of my hand, I will press the forehead, releasing the tension, and I always like a little squeeze at the temples and then release. So we're here, we're releasing tension, we're smoothing fine lines, and we're encouraging relaxation. Now, this is an area where you might find that you are frowning, or if you shocked face, whatever it is, so or just working on computers, and we feel like we need to release. There is also the option to use your fingers. Now, especially if you do have lines, so you want to flatten the lines with your fingers as you bring the tension to your temples and just give it a little squeeze and a massage out. Let's just do one more because it feels so good. So jaw. So jaw is probably the area that I started on because I was clenching my jaw. Like I said, I've been clenching my jaw for a long time. I have, so not as bad as I used to be because I do yoga now and I teach yoga. So I'm aware that, I'm clenching. So I release and I relax my tongue. But it still does happen, particularly when I'm concentrating or sometimes if I'm a little bit stressed. Excuse me, I'll do it in my sleep. How are we getting on for time? Okay, I've gone over a little bit. Now to sculpt, so this is sculpting the jaw, releasing tension, and it helps to contour and relieve any tightness. So I'm going to talk you through this one because it's kind of hard to talk and do at the same time. So you're going to clench your teeth gently, hold for a few seconds, and then release. So you might be able to see the clench. and then you release. Once you've done again 5 to 10 times, you're then going to massage the area. So what we've done here, we've had the toning exercise by clenching, and then we're relaxing the area through the massage. Now, when you are massaging, we're not pulling or pushing or making, the skin pucker. We're just smoothing out. Now, I like to, when I'm massaging, I use a little tapping or dabbing technique, and you find the places that have that tension and just hold the fingers there and then release. And again, it should be relaxing and enjoyable. This shouldn't be something that gives you lots of pain. This should be something that you can do daily that makes you feel good. And you will also find the more you do, the more you'll find that maybe in the day at work, if you notice you're clenching your jaw, that you'll just bring your fingers just behind and just naturally give yourself a little massage. I'm enjoying this too much. Perfect. So then for our full face relaxation here, you're going to place your fingers on your face and begin massaging gently in circular motions. Now I like to start at the very top, and I only use a finger. Again, the intuitive comes in here. So just making your way around the face, and you're going to use slow and deep breaths. And paying attention to around the ears where we hold tension, and this is going to help you to release any remaining tension. And this final relaxation, sorry, you're barking at. This step calms the nervous system. It's relieving stress. It's promoting an overall sense of rejuvenation. And I could just do this all day. So if you've got this on the replay or you're watching on YouTube, of course, you can come back through, you can pause the video and spend more time doing each of these. Now, I just want to end with a few FAQs. I'll skim through these as quickly as I can, just so the video is just a little bit over 30 minutes. So how often should you practice? Now, I would say 3 to 4 times a week. You can do a mixture of shorter sessions, having one longer session a week, but I would say that daily, some kind of face yoga to help prevent muscle sagging or tension building in the face. So it might be if you have a focus area. So if your focus area is your forehead, that every day you do your forehead, and then every couple of days you might join a face yoga session, or I do one-to-one face yoga sessions as well, or we do a deep dive once a week. So yeah, again, depends on your time, but at least 3 to 4, I would say, for whole face, and then every day for your target area. Can face yoga help reduce wrinkles? Yes, I'm just going to say that, and then you can have a read of the rest of the answer at your own leisure. Does face yoga really work? This is one that everyone asks me. Now, I'm going to say yes, because it helps to strengthen the muscles, it helps to improve circulation, it helps to encourage lymphatic drainage, all of which help you to look better, healthier, younger. However, it does require a regular practice, just like any other exercise. It's also going to make you feel good. And how can anyone argue with that? I have lots of people telling me, oh, it doesn't work, it's just pulling the face. I feel good. And when I look in the mirror, I can see a difference. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what other people think. But I always tell them, well, you go to the gym to work out, and we've got 57 muscles in the face. So how are you looking after for those muscles? And it's when our collagen starts to drop and the muscles then start to sag. And if you enjoy it, it works. It is safe. I'll let you read the rest of that. It can help with puffiness. I'll let you read the rest of that. It can be combined with other skincare routines, facials, peels, moisturizer serums. It actually helps for your moisturizing serums to be absorbed. It can be done before bed. It can be done in the middle of the day. And like I said, if you do have any injectables, always check with your injectable your doctor, but it's generally 3 weeks to 4 weeks if you've had fillers, and I think the same for if you've had Botox. But using face yoga in between is going to help you, especially with Botox, because Botox relaxes the muscles, and of course we don't want them to completely relax. We want to be able to use, we don't want any atrophy of the muscles. So by using face yoga in between, even if there's only a little bit of movement in the face, it's going to help your overall appearance. Now, again, this is all personal. How long will it take to see results? It depends on how often you do it. It depends on, how you're starting. But most people after 2 to 4 weeks of regular practice. So you might notice smoother skin or reduced puffiness or a more sculpted appearance. I can say after a couple of months, I started to notice a difference in my jaw. And a lot of that was because I had so much tension that I had this kind of like puffiness here. So it's helped me to release that. And I do feel like when I look in the mirror, I have more defined jawline. I will try to find my before and afters. And that's it. So hopefully you've learned something, and hopefully you will enjoyed the 10-minute session. I think I did go a little bit over. So what next? So I'll be offering group sessions and one-to-one sessions of face yoga. So the one-to-one mentoring, which will coincide, which lines up with the face yoga, is that we use the 5 pillars alongside face yoga. So we look at your diet, we look at what you're eating, we look at your other exercise routines, we look at how you talk to yourself, your self-love, your mindset, your nourishment, and we put all of that together with face yoga techniques. So we work through that as well as lifestyle mentoring or WELLth mentoring. I will be offering face group yoga sessions as well. They will be open to everyone across the world. I'm going to try and find a time that people can join, and aiming for 2 sessions a week, so that if you join the 2, you'll get at least 2 full face yoga sessions per week. And then in between, while you're at home, you can work on the area that you're working on. And also face yoga programs. So I'll be offering just face yoga, so not the mentoring, so we can really have a look at, right, what are your target areas? And this will be something that you'll be on a call with me 3 to 4 times a week for that as well. That'll be one-to-one. So let me know if you have any questions. I am sending this out to everybody. Oh, I nearly forgot. If you want to learn more, I go more into the history and the background of face yoga in this podcast episode. So watch this, have a listen to this, and it might fill in some gaps that I've not covered today. But thank you very much for joining. Thank you for listening. And please reach out to me if you have any questions. Yeah, and I can't wait to work with you.